What's up, Lit Fam? Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita. Guys, I'm going to read you a comment from someone, and I truly feel bad about what they went through because they know that it's a bunch of donkey baloney, and they fell for it. And I remember when I used to fall for things that I knew were scams and things that I knew was a bunch of lies. It's kind of like almost you want to believe the lie. You want it to be true. But your gut is screaming at you because it's not true. Let's fix this camera for a second. There you go. That's better. Anyway, the comment goes, I got this lame excuse when she went to Las Vegas for the weekend. You know, I could just stop right there. The fact that your girlfriend went to Las Vegas for the weekend, that's a wrap. I don't need to read the rest of this comment, but I will, but I don't need to. Your girl went to Las Vegas for the weekend. What did you think was going to happen? Guys, I don't know about you. No woman of mine is just going to go out to Vegas with her girlfriends. That's not going to happen. Right? Ever heard the expression, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Yeah. You know what that's all about. It's about the partying. It's about the drinking. It's about the hooking up, the hookup culture, the coke. You can't let your girl go out there. She's got to make a decision. She wants to be in a committed relationship with you, or does she want to be partying like a wild animal with her girlfriends as if she's single? Let's go ahead and finish reading the comment. Let's just start over. So I got this lame excuse when she went to Las Vegas for the weekend after not calling me or answering her phone or text for 10 hours. My phone wasn't charged, but she had a charger. Serious bull. Excuse, lie. I'm supposed to believe there's no electricity where she's staying? Bull. And that's exactly what that is. The biggest lie in human history. In Las Vegas, the city of lights, Sin City, and she doesn't have an outlet to charge her phone? Come on, man. Come on, man. You know she was getting railed. Sorry to say, bro. Sorry to say, but you lost your girl. You lost your girl. You lost your girl the moment you let her go out of Vegas with her girlfriends. That's when you lost your girl. Okay? Just the fact that she wants to do something like that without you, that tells me everything I need to hear. This is not a high quality girl, man. This girl wants to party. She wants to be single. This girl wants to be single. And hopefully by now, you've made her single. Because that's a bunch of donkey BS. I was once in your shoes. Not necessarily with the biggest thing, because that wasn't going to fly. But I let other things fly. And the whole not charging the phone, if I had a nickel for every time I had that. And then I would get a screenshot with like 1%. And it's like, dude, you knew your phone was already running low before you went out and you were home getting ready and you didn't put it in your charger? You didn't connect it? No, that was done on purpose. That was done on purpose. We live in a society where people are addicted to their phones, and if their phones run out of charge, they spaz out. Have you ever seen people, how they act when their phone's about to die? They go nuts. They go ballistic. They don't know what they're going to do. if their phone dies on them. Like if we didn't live in a time when phones didn't even exist and life was just not good, was better. If not just as good, it was better when we weren't tethered to the phone. See people running around like chickens with their heads cut off when they see that their phone's running. Oh no, I'm at 5%. I'm at 5%. Oh no. All right, well, plug it in. Plug it in. It's not a big deal. Get yourself a portable battery. They're like $30 on Amazon. Keep that in your purse, on your man's bag, with an extra cable. They're great. Those external batteries are so great. Those charging hubs for when you go to like a theme park or you go out to a festival or something like that, where you know your phone's gonna die most likely, and you just have the little battery pack. You connect it with a little USB. And you're good. And you got full charge. It usually charges your phone like 2 times. There's no excuse in 2025 for this to happen. You're going out to Las Vegas. You have a boyfriend that's home, probably concerned about your behavior. And you're going to run around wild, and you're not going to have the common courtesy to keep your phone charged so you can check in, so you can prove yourself. Yes, you have to prove yourself that you're loyal. You're going out to Sin City. You're going out to the lion's den. What, your boyfriend's just supposed to trust you when there's a bunch of dudes out there throwing money at chicks, driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris, just showing girls a good time? Like, you're going to be caught up in that situation with all that temptation, and you're going to be loyal? Really? That's why you want to go out there in the first place with your girlfriends? Come on. You're going to tell me you're not going to accept a drink from one of the 500 dudes that are going to line up to buy you a drink and then flirt with you and then dance with you and this and the other? Of course you are. Of course you are. That's why you're going and doing that in the first place. So guys, if you're putting up with this behavior, then you're going to get more of what you deserve. Because this type of behavior, this is the behavior of a single girl. This girl wants to be single. Now, if you're all about that, if you got a couple of girls on the side, then who cares, right? But then you're just as bad as they are. Then you're just messing around and meeting all these toxic girls, and you're watching these videos and you're getting pissed off because you know she's lying to you. What did you expect? I'm curious what happened after. I'm curious if you broke up with her. I'm curious because I remember when I should have broken up with my psychopath, narcissistic girl when she pulled some nonsense like that. Later, I discovered I was right. She was with another dude. Someone else told me that was there. So I wasn't paranoid. But at the time, you're a little confused, right? You're being gaslit. You're not sure what's going on. These narcissists are clever. These toxic women are clever. And I should have broken up with her, because we had talked about things like this. And she went and she did it again. I was afraid to break up with her at the time. Oh no, if I break up with her, I'm going to be alone. She didn't care. So I'm curious if you broke up with her or if you let her get away with that. Because if you let her get away with that, my friend, she will do that to you again. And it doesn't matter whether she's a narcissist or a psychopath. It doesn't matter. Chances are she's not. She might have some traits. But that's enough for me. Hit the road. It wouldn't have even lasted to the point where I would have been in that situation again. The minute she would have said, hey, The girls and I want to take a girls' trip to Vegas. Bucket list, whatever excuse. Okay, you do that, all right. Just make sure you pick up your stuff before you go. Put all your stuff in a suitcase, and as you're packing for Vegas, make sure you pack the rest of the stuff that's in my house and get out of here. Because that's not happening. Now, it's cool to take a healthy trip. Sometimes you want to get away with the girls, or you want to get away with your boys and do boy stuff. You know, you want to go ride your bikes. You want to go out camping. You know, boys trip. We're going skiing. But going to Sin City to get plastered and just party, and drugs and gambling and all that nonsense, nothing good's going to come out of that. If that's what you're looking to do, then you need to be single. Be single. You're not going to hurt anybody. You're not committed to anybody. You're just doing you, and it's cool. You can do I don't care what you guys do. I really don't care what you choose to do for entertainment. This video is not about judging people that party in Las Vegas. Don't get me wrong. You do what you want to do with your life and with your spare time. But when you're in a committed relationship, this is toxic behavior. This is borderline deal breaker behavior. And if you put up with it, then you're basically enabling that person to continue doing things like that. Whenever they feel like it, they're going to feel entitled. What's wrong with going to Vegas? What's wrong with... Don't even answer that question. Don't even get into that. Once you know your worth, guys, you're not going to put up with toxic behavior like this. And I know how you must have felt when you were home and the hours were going by and she wasn't responding. And the anxiety was creeping and expanding all through your chest and your solar plexus and your stomach, and you were going nuts, and you kept checking your phone, and suddenly you would get a text and you would drop everything you were doing. You'd spill your drink, your food will fall on the floor, you'll trip on yourself, you'll collapse on the way to grab your phone to see that it's just your friend texting you the score of a basketball game. It wasn't your girl. It wasn't your girl returning your call at all. And you try to go to bed early because you were like, you know what? Maybe I just need to fall asleep and wake up in the morning. I'm going to check my phone and I'm going to see a bunch of texts and life is good. And you go to bed and you're having nightmares. You're having nightmares of that situation. You literally dream that you're in Vegas looking for her and she's out there doing her thing. All this stuff stays in your subconscious and you dream about it. You wake up, your heart is on your throat. And then you reach for your phone. Nothing. She still hasn't replied to you. Yep, you know what's up when it gets that far. And let me tell you, there are some clever, toxic women out there, narcissists, that will actually reply to you while they're in bed with someone else. That's right. You got to think, what kind of a monster would do something like that? Because they're taking pleasure in doing that. They think that what they're doing is cool. You got to get rid of her, man. If you haven't gotten rid of her by now, you got to do it now. So I hope this video gets to you. You get to see it. Follow up with us in the comment section. Let us know what happened in that situation. I'm curious. But I can tell you, man, if you put up with this behavior, it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. You're going to walk around with this resentment. You're going to bottle it up. Things are just going to get worse It's all downhill from there, bro. It's all downhill from there. So let me know, man. Let me know how things turned out. Give us a little update. And if you guys have experienced something like this, if you guys have been in that situation where your significant other is going out partying and telling you, yeah, I'm going out with you know this person, right? Yeah, it's just going to be cool. It's just for a few hours. And then they disappear. And it's not a few hours. And it turns out to be all night. And they don't respond. And then in the morning, they give you a bunch of baloney. And that their phone died. And that they got super drunk. And they were throwing up. And they just passed out. And they blacked out. Like, all that is toxic lifestyle. Let me know in the comments below. Share your stories with me. I'll read them on the tube. Give you my personal feedback. Because I went through a lot of stuff like this when I was younger, guys. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. All that suffering and all that pain and all that anxiety. And then arguing. And then you start gaslighting yourself. Because you don't want to lose your girl. You start gaslighting yourself. You start to justify things. You start to justify their behavior. You convince yourself that they did nothing wrong and that you need to be more understanding and more accommodating, and maybe you're a little too paranoid and shouldn't be that guy, shouldn't be that jealous guy. Just let your girl do what she wants. No, man. Not stuff like this. Not stuff like this. So that's all I got for today. But before you go, be sure to take a look at the video of narcissist excuses right here. That's where this gentleman left a comment from. So that video is loaded with excuses that toxic people and narcissists make when they're up to no good, when they're lying and cheating. Check that out. Let me know what you guys think. And I will catch you in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.